What I'd like to share with you now is a brief synopsis of how I look at the body as a holistic health practitioner. Essentially, there are two forces in the universe: the catabolic force of yang and the anabolic force of yin. Catabolic means destructive, fiery, hot, isolating. Anabolic or yin is moist, wet, and where the catabolic yang stresses are male, the anabolic, creative, nurturing, moist, wet stresses or forces are female. The person that lives in a state of balance, which is what's called homeostasis, is able to balance the catabolic destructive stresses with the anabolic, creative, restorative, tissue-building stresses. I speak to my clients in the terms of 4 doctors. If you're interested in my approach to the 4 doctors, feel free to visit the PPS Success Mastery Center at ppssuccess.com, and you could read the first chapter of my book, The Last 4 Doctors You'll Ever Need, How to Get Healthy Now, on that website. In the meantime, the 4 doctors are Dr. Quiet, which is linked to the human soul; Dr. Diet, which is linked to the human body; Dr. Movement, which equates to spirit; and Dr. Happiness, which relates to mind. When somebody lives a life of homeostasis, it's the equivalent of driving the car down the road and staying in your lane. As you know, if you cross the midline into head-on traffic, it's extremely dangerous. You could get killed. That would be heavy stress. If you go off the side of the road into the ditch, that is also stressful. It doesn't matter what side of the road you're on, the catabolic or the anabolic. For example, if you exercise too much, or you are too mentally active, or too emotionally imbalanced, those are all catabolic forces. That's driving off the catabolic road. Whenever you get an injury, it'll always force you to the opposite side of the road. In other words, if you lose time from work or sport because you're overly catabolic, it forces you to rest. If you're too much of a couch potato, you'll end up at a doctor's office, and the doctor or the therapist, someone like me, will encourage you to get moving. So once again, you see that balance is actually staying in the middle of your side of the road. Overall balance between yin and yang is the middle of the road. So what I'd like to share with you that you can learn from my book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy, or from my upcoming teleseminar on how to eat, move, and be healthy, is that you can learn to balance your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual stresses by learning to balance the forces of yang and the forces of yin. And the way I teach you to do that through my courses and through my teleconferences is to look at your life in the scope of Dr. Quiet, Dr. Diet, Dr. Movement, and Dr. Happiness. And when we balance yin and yang through the eyes of the 4 doctors, we have body, mind, spirit, soul alignment. And when somebody has body, mind, spirit, and soul alignment, energy moves through them easily and freely, and you have fun creating what you want. I look forward to sharing more with you in my book and my upcoming workshop.